Hello, my name is Justin Tilley, and this is my week 1 video for MUX. And for this reflection video, we're going to go over the competitive app analysis. Um, the application plan that I have is for a medication log, as well as doctor and pharmacy contacts, basically for the whole entire family. Um, so the two competitive apps um, are Gazelle and MedTracker. Um, so to go over the heuristics of it, the visibility of the app status for Gazelle, um, it consists of multiple tabs. It has a tab view with drop-down menus and table views to basically bring the user through each section. They're clearly labeled, and each page that you go to is titled at the top, so it keeps the user knowing where they are within the app. Um, the Med Tracker is a plain table view, no labeling. The only navigation is a plus sign button at the top and a edit button. The plus sign obviously to add. And then when you have information in the table view, each table view, if you click on it, goes to a detail view, and it also has a button inside that's table cell for each item to go onto the history page. Um, so for match between the app and the real world, Gazelle has links to your contacts, such as doctors and pharmacies, and it also gets lab results. Gazelle is a made by a diagnostic company, and it can give you your test results on the application. MedTracker, on the other hand, it logs the time and dates for when you select the Take Now button on each cell, um, and it just logs that time and date for that particular medication. Um, for the user control and freedom, uh, the Gazelle uh, has back button on each page, lets you go back. It has the navigation, um, as well as the tabs at the bottom. Once you go into a section of the application, um, off of the home screen, the tabs at the bottom change to each section um, that was on the table view of the home view. It also has a more tab. It'll open up a selection of other things that you can get to within that application. The Med Tracker just has the add item section. When you click on that, it has a back button and an edit function as well, um, which changes to the done button once you go into editing. Error prevention. In the Gazelle, it's almost every input field is required and validated. For email addresses, it has to be a valid email address. Phone numbers. Um, Almost every um, thing you could possibly think of is an input field. It's very extensive with that. MedTracker is only the name of the medication is required. If you don't enter that in, it will um, display an error message. None of the fields are validated. There's no, you can basically type in anything for the other fields, such as date and time. There was no validation on that. Um, Consistency and standards. Some parts of the Gazelle link to other applications to purchase on the App Store. It'll link right to iTunes or to mail, such as the help section just links right to a customer service email, or contacts. It'll link you right to emailing your doctor if you enter in your doctor's email address. MedTracker is pretty consistent. It's very simple. So recognition rather than recall. The Gazelle saves all your information as well as the contacts. It displays it pretty easily. Same thing with the MedTracker. It saves all your medication and the log for each time you take the medication. Flexibility and efficiency of use. The Gazelle seem to have too many steps and a very many required fields to complete just the simplest task of just entering a medication took way too long and too many required fields, too many unnecessary fields. The MedTracker, on the other hand, was very simple to use, very straightforward. Um, you just collect the add button, enter in the info, and it saves it. The take now, you just select it, and it automatically gathers the date and time, and it saves that in the history log. Aesthetics and minimalist design. Gazelle again has some options that are relevant and just link to other apps to purchase on the iTunes. A lot of things don't necessarily need to be there, such as the input fields. Um, MedTracker is a straightforward design, very simple. Help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. Gazelle displays the errors and highlights the required fields. Um, like I said before, there was very many required fields. So going through, it also explains which ones are optional, even though they're not many. And then if you do not enter in the required fields, it will display it. For the MedTracker, it just displays the error message on the name of the medication input. Help and documentation. For the Gazelle, the help section just links to a customer support email address, opens up the mail application. MedTracker had no help section. They had an about and a privacy settings, and that was it. Notifications and reminders. The Gazelle allows the user to set reminders and notifications for medications, and it also logs if you miss that notification. Where MedTracker had no notification or reminder for any medication. Organizing of info logs. Info and logs. With Gazelle, all the lists were kept in order and they were displayed properly. The drill down method that was used was worked very well. Everything wasn't cluttered. They would list the names. You would click on the names, open a detail view for basically any item in the application. MedTracker, the history log is in order, but the info is kind of crowded in each table cell has a lot of information in it for that. Instead of having, say, another detail view, they just kind of crammed it all into one table cell. So here's the Gazelle application by Quest Diagnostics. As you see, it's pretty organized, very pleasing to to work with. A little much with some parts, some sections were a little irrelevant. MedTracker, when you first open it up, everything here that you see on the each cell here would be blank, and it would just be the add and edit. And then, as you can see, the each cell is kind of clustered. Not very much for color or any added, you know, um, displays or anything like that. So For the article that I read for this week was brand personalities and mobile marketing, and it basically talks about how um, text messaging ads attract more customers. It says they had 380 participants receive a text message ad, and with the branding on it, and basically the results from that particular test. Okay, thank you.